Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it. From the gorgeous YouTube Dog Show, by the way, keep the wolves away from the YouTube Dog Show, please. Man, what is going on? It's Weeknight with Ellie Muller, and now a man who is going to talk about wolves tonight. Oh boy, this is going to be a long show, so buckle up, because here he is, the one and only Mr. Ellie Muller. Ha! Welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Muller. What's up? The theme song was composed by Dominic Mathis Piano, and Tori's gaming spot is Weeknight Update Storyteller. And they are two of our Shoutout Spotlight winners tonight. All with Never Power 9, The Buckets, The Bob McHenry Show, Robert McHenry, The 11 Podcast, Late Night Playset, Evil Amity Dragon Ball 2004. Hopefully she'll return to this program very, very soon. RKG, The Dream Lucario Fangirl, Vicky Comedy, Luca Picapucci, Pierre Kelly, Pierre's Nostalgia Corner, Philip Gibson, Mom and Mayo, Douglas Studios, Cassie Dragon, Sophie Dragon Ord, and Eclipse Joe 108, The Legacy Hero. Please check all those people out. Alright, now that I have everything taken care of, I think that it's time to start the show. Alright, here we go. What's up? What's up with wolves? Animals who love freaking everyone out. What? It's true. Do you want to be eaten by them? Man. Now, wolves in California had to be removed from wildlife after eating 70 farm animals over the weekend. Yep, wolves are hungry. The wolves are hungry. That's right. And hey, wolves are actually afraid of us. I know. They think that we will eat them. Wait, wouldn't they eat us first? I mean, come on. Think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another top 8 list. MP, Gregors, let's go. Boss, tonight's category, top 8 things that wolves can't eat. Number 8, rocks. Number 7, oysters. Number 6, spikes. Number 5, armpits. Number 4, sticks. Number 3, shoes. Number 2, socks. And number 1, a soup. Really? Really? Hey, it's the beginning of the week. Do you really want to argue? No. No, I don't. Thank you, boys. Calm down, will you? Woo! You know, enjoy hashtag Weeknight Update, hashtag Ellie Muller for late night, hashtag Ellie Muller for adults, hashtag spread around, hashtag autism is awesome. Get those hashtags to turn social media, please. Right, like this thing, subscribe and share, and chat down section down below. Wherever you please, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with the in-between monologue, Toy Story, moment for everyone, target time, random advice, and this week's content of the week question. Remember, this is still Weeknight Update, and now here it is. Your ball tonight.
Hi ma'am, here are your lemons. I asked for apples! If television sets could talk, then they would tell us the shows they like to play. They all agree for viewing tonight. They'd rather be tuned to Nick at Night.
take just 30 seconds and try to imagine your whole floor in beautiful new wall-to-wall carpeting, and just in time for the holidays. Sound like a dream? Empire can make it happen, starting at $6.95 a yard installed, no extra charge for padding. We'll deliver in just one day with no payments till next March, and you'll get a ski cap and a Bissell shampoo or Zoom broom sweeper free with any order. It's absolutely the best deal in town.
588-2300 Empire.
So why haven't you called?
Los Angeles, home of the most notorious crimes in modern history.
Welcome to downtown.
Crimes that District Attorney David Franks must prosecute.
We will not abandon our principles out of fear.
But now, he's fighting for his job.
I'm gonna need a list of all those who knew where the witness was being held.
We sent that to you already.
That list was incomplete.
How the hell you know it's incomplete?
Your name's not on it.
4 shocking murders. 4 riveting cases. 4 spellbinding Fridays. The DA premieres ABC Friday, March 19th.
Welcome back to Weeknight Update, and now it's time for the in-between monologue. Here we go. This episode of Weeknight Update is all about wolves, and as you know, wolves are canines. That means 2 things. Wolves and dogs are related, and wolves will eat a ton of meat in 2 minutes. Some wolves can weigh as much as 180 pounds. So if an extreme dieter gets extremely hungry after not eating anything in months, and if that person ends up eating an entire wolf, then that person will be full for at least 8 months unless that person is a contestant on Survivor. Now, wolves eat deer, rodents, and beavers. Of course, if you are anywhere near a wolf, then the wolf might eat you too. Grizzly bears eat wolves, so if you're afraid of wolves, then you can thank the grizzly bears for eating the wolves. And finally, wolves don't really jump on human beings too often because they don't usually think that we are huge threats to them. Of course, if you get close to a wolf, then you will be a goner in a minute. Hey, it's time for Tori's story. Tori, take it away.
Hey guys, Tori Mullins here, and welcome back to Tori's story. So now the next story I'm going to be telling you is about wolves. And here's the story. She has knowing green eyes with a swirl of blue, and she speaks about wolves. She did, at least. She chewed on the inside of her mouth when she was thinking, and occasionally mumbled the words under her breath when she read on her right forearm, depicted in striking white and grayscale ink with a howling Arctic wolf. Its muzzle pointed upward. The great beast's song reached to the clouds that hovered just over its head. She said it was emblematic of who she was. She said it focused her congestion into a single steady point, a little point on the horizon that was simply black and white. if all is illusory, she'd said without irony or jest, this was made real. To me, as I sat on the park bench and pretended to ignore the cold, that image seemed less real than it had before. I sat on the park bench, the one closest to the sandbox, but furthest from the swings, and tried to find comfort between gaps in wooden planks. The seats weren't made for lasting respite, of course, but they did offer lavish graffiti down the side and knife carvings which made spirited cases for grammar reformed. I was not in a literary mood. I'd recently discovered a persistent yet inconvenient aversion to sleep. One whose meddling headaches and fuzzy sensations outweighed any sophistication garnered by bags under the eyes. I wonder how long the day would feel, and whether it too would overstay its welcome. The playground and adjacent path were empty. I felt relief, followed by a sense of chastisement. Besides the soft marks I had made when walking through the path, there was nothing to suggest someone had been here. Terra nullius, and all that. I repeat the name, paranoid I'd forget, feelings each letter in my mouth, and tasting each syllable. I let it out into the air like it was smoking in my throat, like it was smoke in my throat. Then it left, dissipated into so many particles that make up the wind, ashes scattered across the empty breeze. Overhead, a few seagulls swung in lazy ellipses. They were white feathered dots in an otherwise gray expanse. I tried to see where the sky began, but the horizon appeared indefinite at the far end of the park, beyond the hydro lines and the lonely public library. A copse of thin furs waved at me. Everything was quiet and calm, not from conviviality, but in the way a battleground is silent as the butchering stops. The end. That's the story. That's the story about wolves. So stay tuned where I do the next story. Bye, guys.
That was an excellent story, Tori. Thank you very much. Hey, let's have a moment for everyone, huh? Now, I can already tell that you are wondering why I'm talking about wolves right now. Well, let me tell you something. I want you folks to know that wolves are dangerous. Sure, they're afraid of us as well, but let's be honest. We are more afraid of them than they are of us. If you understand that message, then you have been watching so many classic TV shows and movies. Anyway, I wanted to do an episode of Weeknight there about wolves because I wanted to let you know that you should never deal with wolves. I mean, come on. You really want to deal with wolves? I mean, come on. That's just not right. I mean, wolves can scare you to the point of no return. They love me, and if they see you, then they'll call you the equivalent of a Thanksgiving turkey. It's not just you. I don't think that every human being is the equivalent of a Thanksgiving turkey. They think that every human being and every single creature in the world will be a beast. Anyway, that's why I decided to make this episode of Weeknight there about wolves. Are you cool with that? Well, it's too late to change your mind because this episode is going to be over in about 5.5 minutes. Excuse me. Hey, it's talking time. Let's get this thing over with, huh? Listen to this, folks, alright? The California Department of Fish and Wildlife and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service legally removed 4 gray wolves over the weekend because those wolves ate 70 farm animals. That's right. Oh my goodness. That is just, I don't know what to say. I mean, woo! This is insane. Dog, can you come here, please? I need your help. Now, as you know, we're talking about wolves tonight, and I'm talking about this story about the 4 wolves that had to be removed from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service over in California. Well, the wolves had to be removed by those organizations because 70 farm animals were eaten by those wolves over the weekend.
Hey, they were hungry for they said, yo, the protein.
But here's the thing.
Yo, boys got protein.
Here's the thing, all right? 70 farm animals were eaten in Sierra Valley, between March 28th and September 10th.
Look, right? Think about it as a wolf, right? There's free food. The only thing stopping you is this 5-foot tall fence. Come on. I'm just right.
Well, be grateful that wolves aren't trying to attack humans.
Be grateful, alright, that we're not in the woods like the freaking old timers did. Or you'll get snatched up.
Well,
But nah, in all seriousness, you know, wolves, bad, stinky, they will beat this shit out you, right? Bless you. You know, farmers hate them too.
well,
Y'all heard what happened?
you might need to, sit down for this one. Apparently, according to this article, wolves are afraid of human beings.
Now, see, this goes into the idea of, hey yo, I don't want to fight you, so stop coming this way. But because we're humans, right? We don't. Most of us, they don't see it until the last second, and then they're like, "Oh, that's a wolf. It seems to have teeth, and that wolf isn't killed though. That wolf, it isn't you."
But here's the thing.
My fight or flight. I'm a flight bird.
There was a playback experiment, a test that uses recorded sounds to probe behavior. And what the people over in Western University or at Western University found was pretty startling. Wolves and their prey were tested hundreds of times across 24 forest road intersections. And the study reported that wolves ran from human voices more than twice as often as they did to control.
I mean, think about it, right? We also hunt them. There are people that like hunt wolves, so like they probably caught on that if you hear a human voice, either A, they're hunting deer, or B, they're hunting you. So as a wolf, I would say, yeah, fair enough. Because you have to think about it, right? They're not that dumb. They're not that dumb.
Yeah. Of course, it's just wild. Aye.
Them wolves live in a hard life.
Folks, would you like some random advice? Alright, I have some random advice for you. Let's go. If you see a wolf somewhere, then please run. That wolf will eat you. Yeah, that wolf will eat. Never make a wolf your pet. That wolf will eat everything in your house. Come on, it's true. If you see a wolf eating another wolf or another animal, then you better run. Not only is it disgusting, but it is also creepy. Also, that wolf will probably eat you later. Finally, if you tell someone that wolves are dangerous and you have been paying attention to this episode, thanks. Also, you're welcome. Well, it's the beginning of another week, and that means that it's time for us to go over this week's Count of the Week question for the first time this week. This week's Count of the Week question is, how would you describe Halloween? Go over to the post section of my YouTube channel page and answer that question as honestly and as thoughtfully as you can. That's it for tonight, but the rest of this week will be very exciting. Tomorrow we'll talk about coyotes, Wednesday we'll talk about bats, Thursday we'll talk about candy, and Friday we will have the big Halloween spectacular. That's right. Tori's Gaming Spot will be here all week. Mild Chocolate, Brick and Freighties, Candy Bar Tunes, and GD Cube, the YouTuber GD Cube, will be here on Friday. And hopefully, Evil Amity Dragon Ball Level 2004 will return to this program. Oh boy. This has been one wild show, but I am glad it is over. See you tomorrow night, folks. That's the news, and I'm out, Steve, 4x4.
If television sets could talk, then they would tell us the shows they